Yes, you've got it right. This is Black Coffee with a side of tea. Here we are, airing every Thursday at 8 p.m. Zoe Raz, Tea Baby, and Divine Feminine Energy. Yes, we are looking forward to interacting with many. Tune in to Black Coffee with a side of tea.
You look at me. I just want you to look good. Look real, real good. Because look what God is doing. Woo! And guess what? He ain't done.
I'm America. Who said so? Before there was an Africa, before there was an America, we were. What were we then? You Johnny come latelys, tying yourself to nothing. You don't get your identity and mass. All of us come out of the earth and we go back to the earth. You get your identity from the nature in which you are created. You can't define me by no little piece of territory. I am a Jamaican. I am Barbadian. I'm from Trinidad. I'm from Ghana. I'm from Guinea. I am a Nigerian. You're a damn fool. That's what you are. I don't mean to be insulting, and I don't mean to be abrasive and a little vile. I want to slap you so you'll get a little consciousness. You let some little island in the Caribbean divide you from your brother. You let some artificial boundary on the African continent boundaries made by your enemy divide you from one another. You let an ocean and the sea divide you from one another. You're foolish people, all of us. And we need God to give us some sense.
And don't be scared to be different, you know what I'm saying? And just be yourself and, you know what I'm saying, keep going hard at your craft. Don't never give up.
Welcome back to Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. Welcome back, ladies. Welcome back.
Y'all was beautiful.
Episode 8 of season 4. We in this thing and we ain't coming off the high horse.
Was that you I saw peeking in my closet?
Yes. I think you were there. Oh my God. I saw you. Yes. So let's do the sister check-in for the week, which technically we have one more day through this particular week. Whoever would like to go first to talk about their week.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first, girl. So my week has been pretty good. Ups and highs and lows. I can honestly say both highs and lows. But one thing I did take from last week, between our conversations and going to church and just really tuning in with myself, I found that praying really helps. Mm-hmm. So praying harder and longer, it really helps. And just really trying to manifest things that you want. It does take time, but you have to really be one with yourself to be able to tap into that, because I didn't understand it at first, but now it's like it's coming slowly but surely, and I just have to really remember to just give it to God when it's out of my control, or when things are, overwhelming or whatever it is. So just trying to really stay tuned in my spirituality and just trust in my faith, really. So it's challenging. Don't get me wrong, it's challenging because you have people on the streets and people around this world that will, tempt you and test you and all those things. You just have to really be grounded with yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very true.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You took like you say, Divine, like you say, it's a journey, and I know it's a journey because my mouth can be reckless too. I do, things, I'm not perfect. So of course I have to acknowledge the things that I need to do to be better for my kids, myself, my family, just try to be a better person overall.
Right. Absolutely. I love it.
Definitely a good goal. I'll be rooting for you.
Well, thank you.
I'm here. If you need a prayer partner, you can call me at any time. Text. I have a prayer in my pocket at all times.
Thank you. I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think having someone else to help intercede for you means a lot. Because sometimes we feel like we're praying and we're still going about our daily life, and then we say, "Well, I prayed about that, and it still ain't happening." Sometimes you need that they call it a prayer warrior. So you need that prayer warrior to intercede on your behalf, because they might have a way to push through to get that information that you are trying to get, and you might not have seen it come to fruition. But then that's when the patience comes into play as well. So you have to be patient. Nothing happens overnight.
Yeah.
So if you're patient with yourself and you're patient with God and the divine, everything that you desire will come. So
True.
I wholeheartedly believe that. I'm speaking from from experience. I'm telling you what I know, because I've experienced it, and so but yeah, that's awesome. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I love it. I see the glow. I see the change. I see it. I see it.
In my week, it's always I don't really ever have complaints about my week. I've been on this spiritual journey of mine. I've been on a transformational journey for the past 2 months. And as I began to look at some of the things I've gone through and the people that I've had to let go, it's just awakening. It's a rude awakening. You feel like people can go with you, and you want hard for them to go with you when you do well, especially people that have been in your corner through your highs and lows. But what I've realized is that sometimes the people that have gone through your highs and your lows, especially the lows, those people don't desire for you to come out of them. And if they don't desire you to come out of them, they're comfortable being in them, and they like to be on the receiving end of that. They want to have something to complain about, something to be dissatisfied about, and they mentally have not evolved to a level to understand that it's okay to do well. It's okay to have some money, or to have a home, or to have a nice vehicle, or for your children to go on a nice trip. And it's okay to share that with people that cannot do it, because that may motivate them to be able to do it.
Exactly.
And if they really care for you, they won't want you to smother it. They don't want you to smother your success. They want you to, and
to be right there, to just be right there.
Exactly. And so that's just pretty much my week. I'm always thankful. I thank God as soon as I open my eyes.
That part. That's the important part, that you got a chance to open your eyes.
That's it.
Some people didn't.
Yep.
Some people didn't get
that. For me, it's for me. Nobody can take it away. Nobody can disrupt the journey that God has for me. He'll always have the steering wheel in my life. And that's where I'm at with it.
Awesome. All right, ladies. Okay. So right. I had a good week. In actuality, I actually yesterday I ran another show that is on Stunner Radio, and it was really fun to just see them interact with one another. They had a soul singer on there, and they kept wanting me to be a part of it. So I said, "Oh, no, I'm not dressed to be a part." They was like, "No, just go put some lipstick on." I said, "No, I'm not dressed.
No, I'm not ready."
today.
Get somebody else to do it.
Right. No, they was like, come on, you can be on. I was like, not today.
Right.
I just wanted to be in the background because sometimes you just want to see what other people do.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't necessarily want to impede on what they were doing. I just wanted to see, and they were having an amazing time, and it was fun just to watch them and see them interact with one another. And they were singing. There was a lot of singing going on throughout the show, which I love. So they were serenading each other. There was a flirty serenading going on between. Right. So it was fun to just watch, to see them. So it was really good. So that was my week. That was yesterday. But the rest of my week was really good. Busy at work, of course, as always. But other than that, just thankful for just still being able to go to work and still have a job and things of that nature. That's mainly been the theme that has been. We put in inspirational things in the chat every day. One of the today was National Gratitude Day. So of course you didn't hear a whole lot of hype about National Gratitude Day like they do all the others.
Because it's so positive. It's positive.
Right.
It's a positive thing.
National Ice Cream Day, you heard everybody that said
had National Taco Day.
Man, that was televised everywhere.
I'm talking about Burger Day. They got 1-cent burgers. It's just like, wait a minute.
Because it sounds like it's been in the freezer for a long time. That's what it. That's what I. That's what it screamed. And it screamed like it ain't even real meat.
I'm just waiting on National Folding Chair Day. I'll be celebrating.
Well, we might have to make that one. We might have to make National Folding Chair Day because
they need to make that day on the anniversary of that.
Somewhere in the midst of Black History Month, we need to start it off the right way. So we can already get them prepared for the first of the beginning of the month.
Wait a minute, because Whoopi Goldberg had already got her necklace made. So
that's it.
That's the
with
part.
diamonds on the feet.
It's the folding chair itself for me, okay?
Right, absolutely.
I'm too through.
Somebody, one of those celebrities had the earrings on, girl, and I think it was BB Judy. Had the earrings on,
it's gonna become a trend. Somebody gonna catapult it to be a trend, which is good,
Yes,
because it need to be celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the moods. If we think about the moods that we had for today, were just like very telling, about each of us individually.
Especially Divine. I really love, don't get me wrong, I love your moves too, T-Baby, because they're always on point, But Divine's, it's speaking from the heart. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's spitting them words out. That's how I feel when I watch it.
We're living in a time of racial tension.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's crazy because Jim Crow has long gone. So we thought.
And
so it's 2023, and at some point, it's exhausting. I honestly understand how my ancestors may have felt outside of the physical segregation and the physical things that they went through, but mentally, I can understand because it's a tiresome thing to keep explaining and for people to categorize you and stereotype you based on a skin tone. It's ridiculous, but that's the time we live in.
And for me now, it's to the point where Karens are making a mockery out of us at this point. They're making a mockery because it's like, oh, they, you're trying to cause a scene and make it look like something that is not even. But Black people have this stigma now.
Well, the stuff that's being displayed by Black women doesn't make it any better. All these artists that people are endorsing, giving airplay. All these people with negative messages, not just her. I'm not even going to talk about her.
It's a multitude.
Collective of it's 95% of them. You don't have any Lauryn Hills. You don't have any Queen Latifah. You don't have any artists out here spreading any kind of messages that make sense.
That part.
Even the male artists, nothing that they're talking about makes sense. To add insult to injury, you have lyrics talking down on the very people that purchase your albums that have made you as successful as you are. The money that I get out and work for, that is not as much as what you have, but I spend a portion of it to support you and your vision and your craft and your artistry, and you'll slap me in the face by calling me broke in your songs and trying to high cap and talk about what all you got and what I don't have, etc. So it's no appreciation anywhere. We are our own guillotines and we don't even know it.
That's true.
That is true. Very accurate. Well, ladies, I think we need to take a quick break and pay some bills and come back with some news and current events, because I know we have a lot.
Yes, we have a lot. We do have a lot. All right, let's take. We'll be back.
If you're looking for custom handcrafted fashion jewelry that makes a statement, look no further than Linda S. Jewelry, 1426. We specialize in quality pieces fit for any occasion. Follow us on Facebook at Linda S. Jewelry 1426 to view our inventory or to make a purchase. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
And we are back. So the news was popping this week. I don't know what it is about marriages and people tired. That's basically what it's giving. It's giving they're tired and they just want to be by themselves. That's what it's giving. But then I also
tired and trying to be by themselves is giving fed up.
That part is definitely
over it.
Fed up.
To the extreme.
It's definitely giving fed up, because when I saw it, I was like, "Oh no, not them, not
too."
It was just too many all in one week.
When I see stuff like that, when I see all these different marriages breaking up, what I think about when Ike and Tina were married, and they would do all these shows and they would go out into the studio audience, and Tina would put on a good face. She would have her makeup flawless, and she would walk out there like her body didn't ache from being beaten down before the show. And so what I took from that was, you never know what's going on behind closed doors.
That's right.
What appears to be on the outside for the sake of publicity. You have spokespeople that they use, professional spokespersons and stuff like that to talk for them. So they don't never really speak for themselves truly. And
that's right.
The only way you're able to really find out what they're going through is when something drastic, like filing for a divorce, or somebody filing for separation, or somebody being arrested for domestic disturbance. Then you get a glimpse into what's really going on.
Absolutely. That's the sad part, because for me, I just wouldn't want to. I don't want to be the fly on the wall in their home, because that's a lot of work. Like, you're gonna be buzzing for a long time, because you just buzzing around trying to figure out when something gonna pop off. But I think there is a level of privacy that we are afforded that celebrities aren't. So you might have people you might have people in your camp that you think is gonna keep the tea close to their chest. And the very minute they get an opportunity for a coin,
it's out.
They going running. They running, and they jog into National Enquirer. They jog into TMZ to spill their guts, and they gonna take
90% of the celebrities that get their business leaked and stuff like that is somebody close to them.
Absolutely,
of course.
Yeah. Absolutely,
and that's crazy.
But you have to think about it. The loyalty that they got in the camp on by
no loyalty.
No loyalty.
Just word of mouth and friends, like from a long time. I know Lotto said all of her whole team is her family. Like all of them are her people.
Right.
But you have to be really solid to get some people in your corner that don't tell your business, don't put your business out there. Like, you gotta have some real solid people in your corner for real.
Yeah. Yep, unless you do an NDA for everybody.
And not even that. in my neighborhood, if I walk my kid to school,
that part,
somebody might see me.
And
if I go to the grocery store in the neighborhood,
they got their camera out. They already snapping. They snapping. They ready to take a picture and everything.
It can be the neighbor. You never even know. Like
you just
it
never
right
know. You never know.
I noticed that most of the couples that have been together the longest that are in the industry have very private lives. Denzel's wife hardly ever comes out and about. She comes out to support her husband and then she goes home. The same with LeBron's wife. The same with Ice Cube's wife. You don't ever see her. I couldn't even tell you really what she looks like without them actually showing her and me saying, oh yeah, that's her. Same thing about Snoop Dogg's wife. I mean, these women, they know how to be women. They know what they should do. They know how far they should go with it. When you go to their social media accounts, you don't see thongs and bathing suits, beachside photos, which they can definitely afford it. They can go to the beach, and I'm sure they do go. But what they do is they respect their husbands, they maintain their privacy, and they don't open their mouths to discuss their husband's business on any level, whether it be a controversial issue or a positive issue. They're quiet, and they let their husbands take the lead. And you know, these new generations, as I talked about last week, your mouth is your destruction tool. And what we need to do is be humble, and we need to learn that you are not always right. You can be taught some things. Your mate is not the enemy. If you chose that person, you need to have trust in that person and allow them the space that they need to help you grow, and vice versa.
Yeah. And it's all about conversation, like communicate. I think before you get married, there should be a communication of the needs that you need when it comes to like family, and it comes to how you address situations and whether or not. So for example, like Jeezy was saying that the reason that he chose some more stuff came out, said that the reason he wanted to divorce, and the way he did it is that she was moving everybody in their house. Mama was already there. Then brother started moving in. And then they was arguing over how to raise the child because he didn't want her to walk her to school. Because like you just said, Zoe, somebody gonna see you and anything can happen.
But even like Divine just said, those women that are not in the tabloids and stuff like that, they respect their husbands and their privacy. So they don't overstep those boundaries. They don't go over that line. You know what I'm saying?
But the crazy thing about him saying that, because this is my first time hearing of that statement, but the crazy thing is Jeannie Mai's mother has been in the middle of their relationship since they started dating the entire time. So at that point, I really blame Jeannie Mai, because you allow your mother to smother your relationship. It's certain times when she doesn't need to be there. Her mother is always there. And one thing he should have did was a cultural background check. Because those individuals, their family lives with them for life.
Absolutely.
Their lives. Seriously. Their moms and their families.
And their dads. They will live there in the home.
Live together.
Exactly.
They take care of their parents. That's their culture. And it's disrespectful for them not to. So she's not going to turn her back or move her mom somewhere out on her own. Her mom lived with her way before she had the baby, way before she met him. Her and her mom had a whole reality show together.
Absolutely, they did. So that's what I'm saying. Do your research, do your background.
That's why that whole conversation is crazy to me, because her mom.
I think it's more to it. I think so
too, because her mom has been there. Now maybe you overwhelmed and you tired of her being in the mix. Okay.
I understand moving some other grown-ups in, and I do understand when I have to have an argument with you over how to raise a child. That's a lot. That's irritating. That's irritating. Yeah, if I'm asking you not to walk my child to school, I don't expect anything other than okay.
That part.
I don't expect
not still do it.
Right. I don't. Yeah, she still was doing it, and then she likes to be on social media. He's very private, so
yes,
that's the catch too. When you always on social media and you want to post everything, and your spouse doesn't have has a very limited social media presence. Even though he is a performer, he goes out and he performs, but when in his private life, he doesn't want social media a part of that. His
social media is strictly professional.
That makes me question why she posted those videos of her and the baby praying with the book and talking about him hitting the New York Times bestseller. And she did another video, and I actually went back and watched it yesterday. And I'm like, she is boasting her husband, y'all.
Yeah.
And this is September 4th. Like, these are current dates.
Right. Exactly.
They say she was just praising him over his New York Times bestseller. And a couple of days later, he was at the courthouse. And the day after he was at the courthouse, he was at a show out of town with friends.
Yeah. But he also made a post where he was sitting on a car talking about, I'm too busy to be worried about who ain't coming with me.
That was the prerequisite to the divorce filing.
Right, exactly.
That's and
more right there.
Following morning to court and filed.
And you didn't tell this woman who was getting ready to divorce her?
But why would you marry a woman that had strict comments about Black men in general and how she didn't, and the reason to why she didn't date him in the first place? You didn't
because he's not a social media person. That clip didn't come up until now when we got to play some shit back.
But it was on TV. It was not just on social media. It was on TV. It was on TV, and you think about it, the way she said it in the context that she said it says a lot. Mm-hmm. She tried to clean it up, try to make it be like food. No, but we weren't talking about food. We was talking about men. Mm-hmm. And now you already said what you like. Yes. And you can't change it now. That's not what I mean. No, that's what you meant, boo.
You just don't want to lose your job on the real, sweetie. We understand.
Yeah, we get it.
You slipped up.
But she got caught up in her own web. So
now she's contesting the divorce. Of course, she wants the money. I'm sure it's because she wants a monetary payout from him, because I'm quite certain he protected his assets before they got married.
They had a prenup. They had a prenup. Yeah. I think the prenup wasn't signed until after they got married, or like the day that they got married or something.
It doesn't matter. It was notarized and it's a legal document. So whatever the terms are, that's what they are.
Right. And I know that, but I did see something where they were saying that it might be contested, or it might not be valid because of when they signed it.
No, because it's time stamped. Anything that's notarized is time stamped.
She's like, I'm with Divine. It's time stamped, baby.
It's time stamped. And the document for their marriage, when the priest does his due diligence with the marriage, that's a legal document, and the time is put on that as well. When you get married, the time and the date is on the marriage that you get confirmed the marriage. Mm-hmm. So they can figure all that out in a few minutes.
That part.
My thing is, if you signed a prenup, bow out gracefully. What is all this extra for? You're just trying to be relevant. You hurt, and you're displaying your hurt on mainstream.
Right.
On another note, I think maybe she might be trying to fight for that dark meat on the side. Everybody wants Jeezy.
Hello?
All she getting is karma for how she did that first husband of hers.
Who, Freddie, baby?
Because he didn't do no wrong by her, and she did the fool with that man, and then talking about she didn't want to have kids and he wanted them. That's why she got a divorce. No, you got a divorce because you got a divorce. Then you all of a sudden you with Jeezy and you want to have a baby and you want to get married, but when you was, it was just too much.
I personally feel like she only had a baby because this man had a baby not even 6 months after their divorce.
That's right. He sure
after
did.
It was finalized, he was already engaged with a whole new baby.
So he probably cheated, and she probably didn't want to come out in the open and say that either. And speaking of cheating, the next couple that shocked me was when Tiana filed. Her and Iman are separated, but he had scandalous cheating accusations.
I have that video, and it talks about is she back? You know how every family have a
she
group
also
chat.
said that they used to do that together.
All those artists do that. Ari comes out all the time talk about her and Moneybagg Yo relationship and how they have threesomes and that she's the one who wants to have them, not him. She want to do it.
That part. That's that. Yeah. Well, she talked about the family group chat. She said she talked about one of her aunties was over there making up all these narratives about the relationship, and she said, "Well, I just came out and put this statement out because it was too many narratives floating around, basically, and I just wanted to clarify that we still co-parenting perfectly. We still best friends. That doesn't negate our friendship." But we just decided to part ways.
Separated.
She has a very strong personality, and Iman is more laid back. I could tell she was the aggressor in the relationship. Once again, I don't know it all, but as I've said a couple of weeks back, you want to operate from your feminine space. A man don't want to lay down next to nothing hard every night and be beat down verbally all day. Don't nobody want to deal with that.
Yeah, that's true. So I have a video. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Zoe.
Go ahead, y'all.
So
I was gonna hit y'all
Divine,
with the relationship.
right. Divine sent me a video, and it's in reference to Louisiana, our sister state, one of our sister states, and it's about a Black woman who was about to be fired from city council. It's a long video. I'm just going to play like a snippet of it, but she's reading her basically her
it's a response to her resignation,
to her being fired. And so it's a long one, so I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I just want you to hear a portion of it. I want everybody to hear a portion of it so we can see, you know, the reason that they were trying to fire her. I think it was like bogus, the reason that they were trying to fire her. Because when going with the okie doke miss is basically
that mediation, Zoe. You know how when you in a certain position you have to mediate, and a decision by majority has to be made in order for you to be terminated. And she's on one of the major boards in Louisiana, and they tried to play her, and she's going to show a video where she has to respond. Represent herself. And girl, wait, just go ahead and play the video,
please.
Okay.
Let me add it up. The tea right here.
Right, man. Hold on. Let me add it.
All the tea. I was like,
this statement is not meant to be a plea to stay in this position. We are here because apparently 4 council members have decided they will fire me today, and my intention is not to try to sway anyone's vote. My goal is to show the public why Shreveport can't keep young, talented professionals. You have not heard any council member speak negatively about my overall work performance, my skill set, the quality of the work I produce, or my professionalism. Instead, you've only heard baseless allegations of wrongdoing without so much as an ounce of evidence, all meant to be an assassination of my character. 6 months ago, 5 council members approved my confirmation because they were confident in my ability to do this job. Councilman Butcher or Talaferro didn't vote for me, but I gave them my word that I'd work for them as I would every other council member, and I have. Councilwoman Bowman told me I shouldn't do shit for them. However, I told her I would work as hard for them as I did for everyone else, and I kept my word. Anything I provide to all council members, they are included. And anything they've requested from me, I've provided. Neither of them can truthfully tell you anything differently. In fact, I have emails and recall multiple conversations with Councilman Talaferro where he has thanked me for my efforts, for me looking out for him, for providing him with necessary information, and for a job well done. Less than a month ago, after I was publicly humiliated for receiving a raise that I knew nothing about until after it had been given, Councilman Brooks came to my office and told me how great of a job I'm doing and how impressed he was with my knowledge and ability to promptly respond to council members anytime any of them has a question. So imagine my surprise this past Friday when he asked the deputy clerk to add my employment status to the council agenda because he intends to fire me. He nor my other employers had the courtesy to come to me with any of their issues before going public. I even called each of them in hopes of finding out what the problem was, because no one has spoken to me. Council members Brooks, Busher, Teleferro, and Bowman did not answer, nor have any of them returned my phone call. I'd also like to add that since the day I started, not one of my bosses has given me any sort of counseling, performance review, or verbal or written warning of any sort, yet they are moving to fire me. I can't help but think this termination is the result of a serious...
So, babe,
it's a lot to unpack there.
It's very long. That's why I'm
going under the bus of other colleagues for me.
That's the part right there.
Recordings for me.
See,
girl, she started throwing. She told me not to do shit for him. I say, girl, you better.
Hello. Tell it all, baby. Tell it all.
You say I'm gonna tell it on the mountain because y'all finna let me go. So I'm gonna put all it out on the
Huh?
Woman a raise to fire her?
Oh, well, you didn't see. If we had enough time to play the full clip, you would have also gotten to the part where she addressed a racist comment, a racial slur that was made in front of her, and she addressed it. And they basically told her, "Don't worry about it. Basically, push it to the side because she needs to use him for something else." And she said, well, I guess what she meant by that is she needed him in her pocket because she planned on firing me from my job.
Right. Yeah.
It was all in there.
It was a lot of stuff. It was a lot. And basically he made sexual gestures towards her. And when she turned it down, of course, sexual harassment, when you do that, they don't some people don't like when you do sexual harassment charges against them. Then they're gonna use that to fire you because you ain't playing the game. So he would always invite her out to for drinks. She went the first time, but then she started declining because he was making
passes at her.
He was making passes at her. Yep. And so of course at that point you're like, what?
This is not even a part of my job.
This is not part of my job.
We're not at a fundraiser. We had a personal affair of having beverage. This has nothing to do with anything.
Right. It has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. It has nothing.
Germany either.
None of the states, none of the countries and states doesn't have anything to do with as to why I need to be meeting you out for drinks every week. Like
exactly. I was too through.
I'm not getting paid for that.
And to add insult to injury, like she said, I don't have any written or verbal warnings. I don't have any counseling.
That's the part that killed
me. I just been brought up for termination randomly.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Well, of course she's the clerk, so she gonna see what
if she getting fired.
What topics are being brought up.
Because I have the process.
So if you see. That's just like one of us is we see our name on the top of the book. Oh,
and she said, imagine to my surprise when I look at the books and see that I'm up for termination.
Right.
That's what she said.
Yes.
That's the part. I mean, man, listen.
Bro,
it was
very articulate. I can give it to her. She was very articulate in her whole statement because it was very long.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys get an opportunity to go back and look at it, it's on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very long statement, and you get to hear all the information there. But just the fact that they had no legalities to fire her, they were basing it on racial information as well as her not giving in to sexual advances or sexual harassment, which is frowned upon.
Because now
obviously it wasn't when it comes to the city council.
Not only are you getting disrespected because of your skin color, but now you getting disrespected because of your sexuality, because you're a woman. Now they're trying to harass you.
That's not even now. That's been the case. Why do you think they have quid pro quo harassment and creating a hostile work environment and equal opportunity, employment, different things? That's why they have it. because of workplace discrimination against people's skin tones, their racial background and ethnic background, and also their genders, their handicap status, their veteran status, their personal views in politics, their LGBTQIA statuses, and so forth and so on.
Absolutely.
And she broke all that down.
She did. Absolutely. So I have another video, and we talked about this particular one for a couple of episodes, and it's about Miss Robinson. About Cabo. So Tubi decided, a film company decided to make a movie without the consent of her family. And it's actually on Tubi, and they're being sued.
They're going to sue those people.
They're already being sued. They've already been served. So, and I mean, use her name and likeness, image.
Not the Ghetto Network. Not the Ghetto Network. Got the.
It's on Tubi. I had a video. I'm gonna share it on the screen so y'all can see it. When I saw it, I was like, "No, you didn't do this."
My jaw just dropped. I ain't even gonna
lie. Because I mean, like, what? I mean, all the facts and everything, they used all the stuff without consent.
They didn't change up anything.
Nothing.
Maybe they feel like it's public knowledge, so it's okay.
No, because their family is still grieving. No, so you don't do that. So let me put it on the screen. Let me play it.
I know they
So this is the video not playing, but basically the family is suing the producer of this particular movie. So the family of Shaquilla Robinson has hit the creator of Tubi series with a lawsuit for allegedly exploiting her image, likeness, and more in an episode. So they use the parents. Yeah, it was too much for me because it was very graphic on the video in itself. But then you take the opportunity to try to monetize.
Let me ask you a question. Are the friends in this?
They talked about everything.
So maybe it's one of their perspectives of the story.
Well, no actual people. So I watched quite a few Tubi movies because it's free. So I watched quite a few. That's the funny part. It's a Tubi. But it's not. That was very disheartening because I took close connection to this story because it was a young lady who lost her life
on a friend's trip.
On a friend's trip, and she thought these people were her friends. Yeah, in the actual Tubi movie, which I haven't looked at because I was like, I don't want to see that because I saw enough of the videos. Mm-hmm. They are going through the whole scenario from the point where they went on the trip to where they went and she paid for the trip, who assaulted her, everything. They listed all of that, but they did not go to the family and get permission to even make the movie.
And so they're dead ass wrong for that. I'm gonna just
absolutely.
They're dead ass wrong for that because you can't use somebody else's story without consent. Period. You use names, right. You use people, you use the whole scenario. You didn't even try to mix it up a little bit or anything like that. So that's gonna be the biggest problem. You should have changed her name at least. So even if it was one of the friends who shared this story with the producers of Tubi, okay. But y'all should have mixed that up. Y'all should have changed the names in that. So they still got a suit on their hands.
But you know what? And y'all know I'm always the one, huh?
You always the one.
I have two concerns. One, the family never received justice. That's the first part of that.
That's my thing.
And two, the full facts of the incident have not ever been fully released. So you're running into a few issues because depending on the depth of information that you have in this show of yours, people may start to question, how do you have the facts that you have? Were you there? Do you know somebody that was there? Did they speak with you? When did they speak with you? You can open yourself up to a lot.
And you know what? I didn't even think about it like that. But like I said, if it's a friend, if it's the friend that shared the story with the producers, how you know all of that?
No one has ever been convicted. Keep that in mind. So you can still,
that's my point.
You can still be prosecuted for this crime.
Right.
But see, that's where
sometimes it's best to leave well enough alone.
But that's where people, they're so smart, they dumb. Because now you're putting it out here.
That's my point.
Now you're putting it out here for anybody to see.
That's right.
And catch the whole story. So now they're gonna do research. Now they want to know where this come from.
And now they're gonna get who needed to be got from the jump.
They're gonna point that finger where it needs to be going.
It's like a lot of the crime shows that I watch, the crime documentaries where they catch the killers years down the line, and they go back and they explore their statements and they look at all the old evidence, and then they go back and they question those people again, and then they look at the evidence and they say, it's no way this could have happened based on this, that. And so you're opening up a can of worms that could potentially cause to reopen up an investigation and cost you the freedom that you secured. So
this case has not been over a year and a half. Like this is still fresh.
But they've never been prosecuted, so it doesn't matter how long.
That's because Mexico didn't pick it up, or was it it was the United States? It was the United States.
Mexico to stand trial.
It was a combination.
They went to Mexico over there to do trial over there, but they didn't one here.
They overturned it in Mexico because they said that they didn't pick it up in the state. They weren't picking it up. They weren't in the States.
Anything here because it didn't happen here. They had to prosecute them over there, and they just basically didn't want to deal with it at all. I think so. They just
that's what I think too.
Threw it out. It's just another Black girl. Who cares? She could have either been murdered or she could have been trafficked. They would not care either way. Look at Natalee Holloway. They didn't care about her either. Look how long it took her mother to find her child. I still don't think she found Natalee's body. I have to look that up and find out. But Natalee Holloway, when she went over there to doggone islands and never came back home.
Yeah, you just have to be. We living in times where people they don't have empathy, they don't have compassion for one another.
It's the empathy for me.
It's the empathy and it's the compassion. It's the level of hatred, like the level of hatred that you have towards someone, and you conceal it until you get them in a vulnerable position, which kills me. Like, why would you? I don't even know. I can't even.
Why would you have me in this position?
Right.
To want to hurt me. Why would you want to hurt me? If I'm somebody you love and I'm somebody that you care about and you talk to me often, you deal with me, you know my family, my mama know you, my daddy know you,
everybody, you've been to my house,
kids love you, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can people be that malicious?
It's a hatred.
Do shit like that.
Money. If you know in the Bible says money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
So people become envious over money. So if they feel like you, like the crabs in the bucket mentality, you one up over me. For instance, if it was us, Zoe got 10,000, I only got 5, and Divine only got 4. We looking at you because you got the most out of all of us. So yeah, we're gonna make her pay for the trip. We're gonna make her do this. We're gonna make her do that. But then in the back, we're gonna coerce her best friend, the girl's best friend. That's the part that kills me. Like, this is the person you've shared a lot of things with, and you on here egging on somebody harming me. That's the part I couldn't understand, and I could never fathom. And I had to stop. The one time that I saw the video, I dreamed I was having a conversation with those people. Literally, like I was in the conversation with them saying, hey, why would you want to do this to somebody that you said was your friend?
You was too invested in it when you start having
dreams. When I start having dreams, that's why I was like, I can't fathom going watch the Tubi movie. Good evening.
This movie said, good evening, ladies. Hey.
Thank you for tuning in. That's one thing people will never run out of, honey, is the audacity, because you just better
that part. Yes,
that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So let's talk about our new Houston resident Drake.
Drake
is in the building, baby. He done bought him a ranch in Houston.
Not a ranch.
Did he buy a ranch?
He did. He got a ranch, girl.
So he's on the outskirts somewhere. He's probably Pearland. Look at me trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we're like everybody gonna be trying to figure out where Drake at, baby.
A ranch cannot be in the inner city, so we know he's not living in a high rise downtown.
Right.
So he's he probably far out Sugarland, Richmond.
He out there.
That part. He out there. On
He
the
riding the golf cart
somewhere.
He was riding the golf cart, so you know the driveway is real long.
I would expect nothing less.
Real long.
The driveway is real long.
I would expect
he already got the country twang on. He said, "We done went country." I said, "Okay, Drake."
He's from Canada, Toronto. He needs to stop that.
He's a Houstonian now.
Baby, he coming.
We love Houston and all, but baby, you're not from the city, okay?
It don't matter. We got a lot of transplants.
Open arms. Thank you for coming.
He will always be Aubrey to me. I don't care what he does with his life. Right. I love him on Degrassi. And
Degrassi Junior High.
Jimmy in a wheelchair, baby.
When he broke his leg and he was on Degrassi, and I was looking at the award show and I saw him wheel out on that wheelchair, I said, that's the dude from Degrassi. What is he doing on there? And then my friend said, girl, that's Drake. I said, no, his name is Aubrey. He's on Degrassi. I didn't even know his name was like Drake.
So yeah, I used to watch Degrassi all the time.
Me too.
So I only knew Jimmy from Degrassi.
The characters. We never know the real name. We just know the character's name.
Jimmy in a wheelchair, okay? And when I seen that man get on that stage and he was holding that microphone in that wheelchair, I'm like, was that real?
Yeah, it was real.
I'm like, wait a minute, was that real?
Come on, Drake. Welcome to the H-Town. We need to have a parade. Drake is in town, baby. And everybody gonna be looking for him too. Every person gonna be looking for that ranch. He deliberately took the picture in the video where he was coming from the front of the driveway, where he's in the middle, and he housing people horses. So we know somebody else gonna be on that ranch because he housed people horses.
Speaking of somebody else on that ranch, have y'all seen Paul Wall's new hairstyle?
A girl, yes, he looks real old.
White and he old. It's just the same hairstyle. It's just gray.
And he was bald. He was bald.
No, he's always wore a bald fade.
But now he got a whole beard.
Now he has a connecting beard, and his regular hair is growing his hair out. But he wore a bald fade for years.
Yeah, he did well.
Okay.
He went from the dripped on fofos, wrapped in fofos.
Yeah.
That video. That's all I remember. That's all I remember. All right, we're gonna take a commercial break, and we will be right back. 1 second for me.
Are you looking for candles, bath bombs, sage, or any other products that help you feel at ease? Then Dynamic Scents is the place for you. From healing candles to candles made to help relax your mind and body, Dynamic Scents provide calm, arousing, nostalgic, divine, long-lasting, and exotic feels. So check us out at dynamic_scent on Instagram, or you can contact Zoe Roz at 832-260-3846, or you can visit our website and order anything you like at zoeroz.wixsite.com/website.
And we're back. So, last topic of the night is going to be the fact that we already talked about Drake moving to Texas. I'm excited about that. I need to spot him. I need to spot him somewhere so I can pull up and give him a picture.
You're looking for the hoochie daddy.
Yeah. I'm gonna be looking for Drake
with a flashlight.
Right. I'm gonna be looking for him with the flashlight. So the next story that I want to talk about is going to be, y'all remember the song Panda 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 Panda? Y'all remember that song?
Yeah, I got bras in Atlanta fishing and
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he is going to have to register as a sex offender.
Who, designer?
Yes, girl.
Yes.
He was jacking his thing off on the airplane.
He was jacking off with the
Oh yeah, I remember talking about that.
Yes.
What? It's children.
It's people on the plane, period. Like,
Who's
why are
that
we
thing
doing
the
it?
way?
The excuse was that we haven't had relations in a long time and we're having mental issues. I don't know how those go together, but that was exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of people walking around that don't engage in relations for quite some time because they choose to be celibate. But that's not something you decide you want to do in public, where you're going to just decide to sit on a plane and jack off. Like, you just don't do that. So he dodged prison time because it was in the indecent exposure on the plane. Like, didn't do that. And then the next, so now he has to register as a sex offender because
because you was
out here
guilty on a plane in front of a whole bunch of people. That's crazy. Why you can't just put that thing away and just fly to your destination and then do what you're trying to do?
That part. Like,
that's crazy.
Why we gotta do that?
You're that big in your age doing stuff like that.
But yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's just.
And so now you're dealing with mental health issues. Have you even got that looked at? Are you seeing someone? Did somebody
Girl, they always want to lean on mental health.
Right.
They always want to lean on mental health. Just say you were under the influence of coke and you weren't aware of your surroundings.
Why did you say under the influence of
coke? Because it had to be something. It had to be.
It's not mental health. It's that you feel like you wanted to do that and you decided to do it because you want wait a minute. It's called thirsty. Yes, he was very thirsty.
Not for water.
Not for water, for attention.
Mm-hmm.
And he got the wrong one. He got the wrong attention altogether. So that was like, I just like, why, sir? Why would we need to do this? I don't understand the purpose. When he said mental health, I was like, just be quiet.
And I think that's what's starting to make me upset in China. I think that's starting to make me upset that people want to blame everything on
exactly.
Mental health and depression is serious. So when you, like the football player that's playing crazy,
when
you do stuff like that, you gotta expect people gonna really feel like you crazy.
I cannot with Mr. K. Davis. He said his nasty ass, and then he say he like his fluids. I guess I don't know. I don't know. The other thing I
would have hated to be on that plane. I probably would have been the Karen that stood up in the middle of the aisle, like, "Oh my goodness, this man!"
Exactly.
I would have.
Because I know we're out of time, but Girl, so did you see anything about the story where the young man drugged the 16-year-old and
Yes.
sexually assaulted her? And do you know, by fault of the prosecutor's office and them not being on time with their information and stuff like that, he was given a $1 bond?
A $1? Maybe it was
$1, which means he can pay 1 cent.
Maybe it was an error.
What is it, 10 cents? I think it's 1/10 or something like that. He could pay 10 cents to get out of jail.
Be out to do it again. Because I actually had another video.
And this time probably kill him.
Yeah, I had another video where this white man was harassing a black woman and her daughter. They just moved into the apartment and he literally is coming up to the ring and telling her that he's going to rape and kill her daughter. And he was arrested and released the same day, saying it didn't have anything to do with
what do we do? What do we do in situations like that? Because
go and get your 38 and the next time he knocks on your door,
my words, exactly.
Open it.
And I'm gonna set a trap for you because you rolling up to my
open it and stand on this side of your door. And as soon as that toe step over the threshold, his ass will be gone.
Yeah, because now you're entering. Now you're entering. You're burgling entering.
That's part. Yes, Mr. K. Davis. It is America is a sick place. Really people are not protected. Like
no,
we are not truly protected. So you have to bear the right of arms. And go to the gun range, make that an outing for the family.
He threatened to rape her daughter.
Yeah, like why?
I would give me a good old because I think she already has a Ring camera that's watching him, which is how they got the video,
right?
Or whatever. But like I said, yeah, we gonna do it the right way. We gonna unlock the door. That's what we gonna do. Unlock the door and say, "Come in." The next time we knock at the door. And the moment you enter into my place of residence, you're gonna be gone.
With the wind. Because you're all you're gonna do is twist the knob and come in.
That part.
Girl.
And I'm gonna pop you.
And I'm gonna be standing right there.
Yeah, you're gonna be right there.
That's it. We all going to the upper room, baby, because the threat to my daughter probably would have sent me over the edge. I apologize.
That took me out. I was like, and he had a knife in his hand. When he came up,
and he kept walking,
he was beating on her door and everything.
Right. Since she moved into the apartment, since they moved into that apartment, he has been harassing them.
But if she'd have came out with her baseball bat, like what I used to do, if you come out with your baseball bat and you knock his ass down the stairs where he belonged, then you're gonna be in jail for assault or
bodily harm.
Premeditated, whatever they want to come up with the charges, but you know how it is when you defend yourself. you know, girl. America is something else. Y'all want us to be cool, but I mean, we're women,
right?
And she's a single woman. She has a daughter, not a son, but a daughter, and threatening the safety of her daughter.
Yeah, I think that would have drove me too, because
yeah,
you're not just talking to me at this point. Not even my child, let alone my child. It's a little girl,
so right?
Me when you mention my child.
Yep.
Don't play like that.
Motherly instincts come into play, just how the lion protects her cubs.
You're not even
the minute she feels like you rolling up on her, she ready to strike and she taking you out of there.
He wouldn't even get an opportunity to whisper at the door no more, baby.
I would have. So see, I'd have been like Mr. K. Davis said, methodical. I'd have been methodical. As soon as you touched that knob, you would have got shot. It would have been text stabbing you in your hand. It'd have been all kind of stuff when you moved up to the door.
When you touch mine, it would have twisted and open because I would have really wanted to challenge you to see if you really is about the life you acting like, and we would have found out.
K. Davis.
I'd have put me some hot grits on the stove.
Hello.
It's called a
put you some
man.
hot grits and put you some syrup in there and put it on the stove. And the next time he come at your damn door, just go ahead and throw it out there. He won't never come to the door again. He'll never come to the door again. I'm telling you.
3rd degree burns. I bet you.
Oh, he'll be recovering somewhere, girl.
Yes, ma'am. Got to get him. All right, ladies. We've discussed a lot.
Yes.
Today. So, what's your take this tea to go for the week?
I know, right?
Yeah, I guess. Let me. I guess I don't even know. Let me think about mine really quickly because we've discussed a lot of things. I think. Right.
Gangsta D over there.
Is that old school gangster? Yes.
I just want to say, don't forget to set your intention for the week and log it down in writing. And if you've never started a vision board, you don't know what a vision board is, look up ideas for vision boards. You can do a vision board on your phone. Vision boards don't have to be long and drawn out. They can be immediate goals that you have. Start setting goals for yourself, whether it be, okay, tomorrow when I wake up, instead of, washing my face, brush my teeth, do my shower, maybe tomorrow's goal is to thank God before I do any of that. Or maybe I'll stop eating fast food on my lunch break and I'll start cooking or making a salad. So just little small minor goals, and they can lead to bigger goals. So that's my takeaway. Take care of you, your mental health, your well-being, and your spiritual existence, because that's what's going to help you along your way.
Absolutely. I love that one.
That was good.
Oh, let me follow that up. now we got to follow that one up. So I definitely love the idea of the vision board. I always do one every year, and I've really talked about doing one for the mid-year, because we do have mid-year goals that we meet, that we want to meet, or we desire to meet. So my take this tea to go is always be mindful of who you allow in your headspace, because your headspace is a personal space, and your brain already occupies that space with your own thoughts. And when you allow other people's thoughts to overtake your thoughts, then your mind is cloudy. So you need a level of clarity. So before you take on another person's thoughts, think about what the issue is, or what you need to find clarity on your own. And then if you want to seek advice from someone else, then you take on their thoughts about the situation that you're going through. But never let someone else cloud your inner space. I know. Look at Zoe's face. She's like, you got this, Zoe. You got it. You got it.
Y'all always come with it. So to respond to y'all, a vision board in the mid-year, I've never done that. That might be something that I might take away and focus on that. And so my take this tea to go, I actually did start doing my intentional journal, and I actually started last week. I bought a new journal. And so once I started doing that, I really want to tell people that nothing is impossible. The word actually spells I'm possible. So make sure you focus on the things that you want to accomplish. Focus on your goals. Don't let anybody deter you from the things that you want out of life, your dreams, your aspirations, and your goals. Focus on them and stay true to yourself. Stay loyal to yourself, because you came in this world by yourself. You're going to leave out by yourself.
That part.
And my final word is the Saints did win their game Monday. It was 20-17. If anyone is tuning in that is not a Saints fan, I don't know what football you're watching. Okay? Have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in.
That's a true Saints fan.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, you know it's going to be all over Facebook. It's gonna be all over Facebook.
She want all the smoke.
Ain't the 17, go. That's it. Go for the goal. We in the game, okay? Mm-hmm. That part.
Oh, all right, ladies.
It's been real, y'all.
It has been awesome. So we will see you. Wait a minute. K-Day, damn.
You don't want to smoke.
Damn.
Hey, don't do it, Pooh.
Wait a minute. So
I'm taking it all the way this year. I ain't trying to have none of that nonsense.
Right. We want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Yes.
Make sure you share the YouTube with someone. Also, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube so you can get notifications when we go live. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram on Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. Mm-hmm. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. All righty.